Hello everyone, I'm Greg Luke, thank you for joining me, and welcome back to episode 50 actually, of Factorio with Angels and Bob's Mods. So we've spent 50 episodes already, wasted quite a lot of time just doing menial stuff, but that's what you get when you don't know what you're going into with something like Angels and Bob's Mods. Let's get that powered. It's weird that they go to it even if it's not powered. Oh well. What are we working on? We have a clay brick now, which we're using for some of the Mark II machines. We have some smaller goals, I guess, and some larger ones. We want to get... not for this actually, for this we want to get leaching plants. And those require brass and aluminium, so that is something we're working towards. We wanted brick, this is now done I guess, so let's remove that. And then we want a better way to, or a more efficient way to produce both iron and steel. Because if we can produce iron ingots more effectively, then we can also smelt that into steel more effectively. So we are mainly researching towards more efficient iron smelting. That's just a lot that we need to get through. But that's all okay. We also have a problem with iron now, so maybe we should start running more belts. Maybe even just go with all four. I do want to actually start pushing these up one tile though. Because otherwise we can't have the power for the robot stuff here. Oops. So let's start doing that. Might as well do it for everything that we can. I don't want to run the power down here like this. I'd rather continue this line of power. So that is why. This probably shouldn't be limited when we can actually run out of it. Let's change this slightly to use loaders. Okay. Well, we might need to move this a bit actually. We can always underground some, or we could just not do it here, I guess. We could also just do it here instead. Okay. What is the next step? I think we need coolant. Even if I don't know if we need it for our exact use case, but we shall see. I guess we really should be prioritizing everything to the right. This should also actually be moved in. Need one more right for this. Yes. Which we also do here. Is there a good way to do this? Balance before the underground, I guess. I don't think we need enough iron to actually balance here, so let's just hold off on that for a bit. This is really just nitpicking. I have no real reason to do this, other than being consistent. Of course, we don't actually have enough iron production for this yet. But as long as we have anything in this warehouse, it should be okay. We are getting pretty low actually. We started at over 100,000 before I started making a lot of this pipe. And I promised this would be temporary, so let's actually just start removing some of it. How come we aren't building all the way in here? That should be allowed, right? I guess it was because we had roboports in here. But as long as we have long rows of those going all the way through, I don't think we want to have any vertical roboports. Let's limit that so we can actually move it at some point. Should we just limit all of these? I guess we should. All of those we need to move at least. We will just have to wait for most of this. Okay. So we got the clay bricks. What does that help us do? I don't even know anymore. Also, why does science seem slow? Just because it's a large research. Okay. Oh, we also need steel pipe. How come we're not outputting anything here? Because I am bad at the game. That should help. Well, what is the next step we need to do? This one we decided not to do. It was just a comparison, I think. That the way we are smelting iron right now takes 12 iron ore for, well, 12 iron ingots, whereas we can get 6 to 12 with this method that just takes some coke and some limestone. That does mean that we need to actually have coke on a belt somewhere. Which is fine. Is it what we're going to start working on now? This is far out in the future, it feels like. But maybe we should start working on brass and aluminium smelting actually. That would make a good amount of sense, since that is what's keeping me back all the time. Again, steel pipe. Let's get that set up while I remember. I guess we don't really have a lot of steel though, but oh, we have enough. Okay. We even backed up for now. No, not that. Don't do that. Take that. And those. And those. We still also need more sulfuric acid, which is something we could just start producing, I guess. For some reason I feel more like doing that than going to brass and aluminium. This purified water is something we already can just make, right? Yeah, steam into purified water in a cooling tower, or purified water and saline water. I think this is what we're doing currently. But we've gotten more possibilities since then, it seems. So this is the recipe we will be using to generate sulfur, which we can turn into sulfur dioxide, which we can then turn into sulfuric acid. So this one. Eh. Oh yeah, okay. I just said what I wanted to use for that, which was not here, but here. And we already have large quantities of this. And I guess this gives us some of the purified water we will need for this. So it seems like we need more purified water, no? We have a... well, more... we make more purified water than we use. That's okay. Also mineralized water. So this we can just set up wherever we want. I guess we will just do that down where I have set up everything else, right? In the petrol chem, I mean. I don't think there's a reason to do it up here, other than we don't have the long pipes in between. This just looked wrong for a underground pipe, but it was fine. Next research. Strand casting 2. Sure. So what is the first step here? Turn sulfuric wastewater into sulfur in hydro plants. I really should have brought some machines. I'm good at forgetting that stuff. I guess we will just do it above this. And this is where we're currently making our purified water. Did we need that for any of this? Or why are we making that much? Just wondering. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It just takes power. So we need more of these other tier 2s, I guess. Let's just start with 2. Let's remove all of these bright orange lights. So sulfuric wastewater getting in. Should have thought of bringing more pipe, as always. Do this. And we make one every second with a crafting speed of 1.5. What is the next step? I need 2.5. Well, that's per second then. No, wait, we need the same amount. 3 machines to 4 machines then. I don't like doing the math that way. Let's do it a bit more manually. Do we not have any... It was just in the chemical plant, right? This, yep. Well, we need to handle the 2 outputs here first of all. So, oh, I'm out of underground pipe. We need to grab more of that. Can I get into my plane, please? I can't pick this up. Oh, I can pick that up. All processing, so much research. Maybe I should also just produce the underground pipe instead of doing that manually. But it's just so easy. Just takes a lot of iron and pipe. Okay, that's too much iron. Okay. And let's see if we should craft some more machines. More hydro plants. What else do we need here? So just advanced chemical plants or just chemical plants? Oh, we have advanced chemical plants now, as opposed to just chemical plants. Is there a difference? There is in size at least. It looks like a lot of the same recipes. But yeah, obviously this would be able to take in 3 inputs and output 3 things as well. So I guess we're getting something at some point that will have a problem with that. So this can also work as a liquefier. So can this, okay. Wait, what? Chemical plants. I thought that was only done in a liquefier. Propene to liquid plastic. Propene to liquid plastic. 40 to 10. Is that the same recipe? I do not know. I guess it would say if we just looked at the recipe instead. 40 to 10. So yeah, it is just this that can be done in liquefiers and chemical plants. Okay. Curious. Nickel, sure. I don't know which of these we want to use. This is faster. So there's really no reason for the other one unless we need the 3 inputs, right? So for now, let's just put these back. Is there only one tier of chemical plants then? Where do we get the normal chemical plant from? From here, okay. No, there are higher tiers of chemical plants. I guess we will find out at some point. Let's not worry about that right now. Did I take some? I have 9. Let's take just a few more. Okie dokie. Let's not use all of that in case we need to make a machine of some sort. So take in some oxygen. Let's just, oh yeah, we ran out of pipe before we could finish this. So that's purified water. Where do we have that? Let's just do this down here as well, so I can figure out where I need to put my underground pipes. There it is. And I was off. Okay, that's better. And the mineralized water. Where's that supposed to go? In this? Yeah, let's keep this out here so we don't have interference between the pipes. And oxygen. So this take one every 2 seconds, but with high crafting speed. This makes one every second. One to two doesn't seem like too much of a waste in that case. In my opinion, at least. How best to do this? Can just do something like that, I guess. Beautiful. And we have a lot of sulfuric acid then. No, sulfur dioxide. Yes. And that should be put directly into sulfuric acid production along with purified water. Good. So this takes 90 of sulfur dioxide every 2 seconds. This produces 60 every 2 seconds. So that's 3 of the... Oh, sorry. Yeah, 3 of these, 2 of these. Really, we can just even pipe for this stuff. I think that's sulfur dioxide, and yes, it is. That's not what we need though. We need the purified water. And there we go. We can connect this though, if we want to. Then we could tear down the other setup that we have. So, sulfuric acid. Beautiful. And yeah, we're not producing enough to feed these two right now. And these should probably just be removed. just doing this carefully to not waste the sulfur dioxide. It feels like we had such a deficit of it that it just feels like something you should be doing now, but it doesn't really make sense anymore because we can just produce however much we want, I think. Okay. Except that we don't have enough oxygen, of all things. Let's just keep everything going. Chrome, sure. Where is my oxygen production? Feel like it's up here somewhere. Yep, right here. And that's because we've backed out on nitrogen, we should burn that off. Good. Not sure if we need even more production though. This is what? 50 oxygen every 2 seconds. This requires 60 every 2 seconds by 2. So we do need a lot more here. Not sure if we should be doing this in a smarter way, but... And we do need exactly 2 of these to every one of these, right? Need 100 every 2 seconds, and these produce 200 every 6 seconds. Or 100 every 3 seconds. So together 200 every 3 seconds. So they do produce a bit extra. Then why isn't it... Oh, because this is faster. It seems like it's working for them, so let's just scale it up, I guess. Not sure if we should make a less wide and instead a bit taller setup here. Because we can't really have a lot of these setups going in. But for now, let's just go with it. Can I have some steel pipe, please? Or stone pipe, maybe? Same length. 4 long, is that enough? That would be enough. But I don't really want to be using steel pipe just yet. This is just another argument to actually change the setup. Two more of those. This is a weird way to compress air. But I guess it gives it some movement, which is good. Okay, that's more oxygen. Maybe still not enough, but I think we're already producing a lot more sulfuric acid than we were before. Yep. So I think we're good on that for now. Now we are ready to produce iron at a more advanced, well, in a more advanced way. I wonder if we should, what we should do. But I think we should just work on brass and aluminium. so as not to be stuck on iron, copper, steel, and tin for too long. Which should we start with? And we should probably do a pipeline for them. This one we can now remove. That's done. So much stuff. Shall we start with aluminium or with brass? I feel like brass, but I can't find it. Molten brass, sure. Copper and zinc. And that's actually the only way to do it, is that correct? Which I'm totally okay with. I just thought there was a simpler way to do it. Okay, this is what I want to do anyway, so no problems. Zinc ingot is just smelting zinc, right? Zinc and molten lead. Wait, what? Oh, that gives us zinc ingots and lead. That's a bit weird. Oh well. Do that. How about lead then? Let us just... Oh yeah, so we need to recycle these. But lead should still just be lead ore and oxygen. Gives us sulfur dioxide gas, yes. So this is the full production cycle we will be doing, right? Let's pin that, because I've forgotten all about doing that for the last many episodes. Okay, how are we going to do this? So early on in this series, I had a guy in the comments say that he had compartmentalized his smelting setup, but that he liked mine more, which I agreed with him. I did like this setup instead of, well, by compartmentalizing, I mean that you have one setup for making the ingots that you then build on to another setup where you smelt them into molten, and then you pipe that to another setup where you make the plates. But I feel like this setup is so awesome for at least the basic stuff. But now when recipes start getting a little bit more advanced, it's becoming harder and harder to make a full setup in where you don't just separate stuff. But maybe we shall try doing that anyway. At least let's try. See how far we get before I get frustrated with it. What else do we want to research though? Next step. With brass we can do, well, we also need cobalt, I guess. So we can't do that. Nope, silver. Advanced brass. Do we want to add even tin and zinc? Oh, add tin to it as well as zinc? I don't think so, not right now. I think that's something we build a whole new setup for instead at some point. Let's just get brass going first. You can use this always, I guess. So you will smelt lead. You produce 24 ingots every 4 seconds, so 6 per second. And you output some gas. You got gas. Then we turn that into molten stuff. Molten lead, which takes 12 every 4 seconds. So we need 2 of those to each one of these, if we want it to be efficient at least. I just want to do this to remember my thoughts. So they just smelt. Then we put that molten stuff directly into a new setup. Let's just say that we have fuel and the lead there. Then we need a fuel and a sink line. Just a second. Where's this done? Tin, sink. No nickel. Not in here. How about it in here then? Sink. Zinc ingots, sure. No, that's smelting zinc ingots, sorry. I need to make the ingots, so not in here. Let's have a look. In a chemical furnace, of all things, which we haven't tried using yet, because we need clay brick. So that's a reason for us to have made clay brick, I guess. Let's grab some of those, if we have them. Otherwise we will start producing them. Let's actually also fill up the plane with brick. Did we research a new plane? Not yet. Where is the next plane? The gunship. Oh, hidden behind all sorts of stuff. Not sure if we should just do all that sorts of stuff then. Just wondering if you get anything interesting here. Just a lot more gases. Holy moly. How close are we to 2 full warehouses? Pretty close. I just thought of something. Instead of me doing manual runs for military science, let's just run a belt. We are pretty close to where we are putting the military science anyway. Whoops. And then we need it on the other side, of course we do. Let's change that. And yeah, I know we might, if we're backed up on blue, then we would have a problem, but we're not, so no problem. Okay, chemical furnaces. mechanical furnace. No machines, because no steel pipe. Because I made stone pipe instead of steel pipe, because I'm stupid. I don't even know if we need the steel pipe for anything. Oh no, the stone pipe, sorry. I have no idea. Well, I can make steel pipe manually, I guess. To make sure this specific machine gets some. Needs 30. There's one. Let's get a few more I would like. Do we have a lot of steel? Well, I guess we should also start moving some of these chests that we can, like this now. This is a slow and stupid process, but I will try to keep doing it. Next research. Towards the gunship, I guess. Unless we should work towards better armor. That requires Invar and Cobalt, though. So yeah, that's not gonna happen, I don't think. So, gunship. Let's just take this last one. Is there anything else I should be taking? More blast furnaces and induction furnaces, I guess, especially induction furnace. Induction furnace 2. Nah, let's stick with the ones for now. Because that's stupid. I just feel like they have the same crafting speed that way, which is a little easier for figuring out ratios. And of course, I've forgotten all about time again. So, thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.